REN, Jenny's Tale. Look, I was told to react to this series. It's a series of 3 songs that are intertwined. So this is the first. I was demanded to do this.
Yes, demand.
By the Renegades, which I found out that is what you call yourselves, and I respect it. It's actually one of my favorite Eminem songs. So, before we initially reacted to REN, I was blown away by how theatrical this is, and everybody was like, hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
So, today we're going to get into the deep dive of REN, see what the hype is about, see if it lives up to the hype that you guys have been pumping up to me. So I'm going to look through the lens of an actor, as many of you already know, the lens of an actor and a screenwriter. Also a guy that grew up in a household of entertainers that ranges from opera to jazz to gospel to blues to rock and roll to hip hop and everything in between. So my eyes are wide open, and of course my eyes are wide open for REN because I really enjoyed the first reaction. That was pretty amazing and blew me away. I'm going to tell you one thing is that it's not going to catch me off guard. The first reaction we did caught me off guard. This is not going to. I see his style. I see where we're getting into. It's theatrical. It's like, and when I say theatrical, not just in pictures, I mean more on stage. Broadway. Love it. All right, let me shut the hell up. Jenny's Tale.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it. Bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like...
Okay, real quick. Oh, wow. That was dope. And let me tell you why it was dope. One, he has a starter jacket. And I was a kid in the 90s, damn it. And we all had starter jackets. Starter jacket, Nebraska starter jacket. No, it wasn't Nebraska. But that's a throwback. 2, the way he sets this up is like what they do in a romance story. They do they're called chance encounters in, like, I guess literary terms, or if you're writing a screenplay, they love to do this trope. The trope is you are going about your life, the woman's going about her life, the man's going about his life, never the two worlds may meet except for this one particular space and time, and their eyes meet. In fact, one of the most famous instances of this is Romeo and Juliet. Romeo was in love with another woman. Juliet was doing whatever she was doing, and they came together in a party. He was in love, didn't know about her. Their families didn't know about each other. They didn't intertwine at all. But then they meet each other's eyes. Just like here, met each other's eyes. But the difference is Romeo and Juliet met each other's eyes, loved forever, and they died. And spoiler alert. And then here, they met each other's eyes, and there's fear. It was the opposite of the love that Romeo and Juliet have.
I feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it.
I hear island. I hear the island influence. Also, I'm going to check out at the end. I'll say another influence that I hear in this, but I'm going to wait until the end.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Oh, that was amazing as it goes to black. Look here. Few things. She. All right. One, first influence in this song. Well, I told you a couple of influences I kind of hear. Another one, real quick, is Warren G, Nate Dogg.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street.
Hit the east side of the LBC.
So many different influences in his music, and in not only his influences in music and his performance too. Real quick, let's talk about his use of shaky cam. And there's several ways he could have shot this. He did it shaky cam. Now sometimes you want to be in the video as if you're like a fly on the wall. This one, no, it's like shaky cam. So like it's almost like a diary. It's like here. Or like you will see with people doing diaries, video diaries all the time. So he did it like a video diary, which leads me to wonder what the other two are going to be about. But won't go too far ahead of myself. We are going to react to the next two chapters of this. We'll call it chapters, since this is just an amazing story. We're going to react to the next two chapters. Follow us along. REN, Screech's Tale. Hello, I'm Noah Farrow. I loved the first story, and I'm super excited to get into the second story. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know where we are. It ended how people hate stories to end in Hollywood on a very somber note. So where are we going? I don't know. Now, I will say, his story, his themes seem to be centered around mental health a lot. A lot of mental health writers, you don't necessarily get happy endings. So the first story, not a happy ending. I'm a little concerned. Here's the thing about the Screeches, where we are getting into. I don't know where Screech goes from here. I mean, he's destroyed his life, but is Screech someone that does this often? Serial killer style? What are we getting into with Screech?
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away.
Oh, this is crazy.
Hey, babe, you in? Nah, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe.
Okay, I gotta stop it real quick. That's amazing. Everything is amazing. I don't know where we're going. Lil, you know what? First thing I thought, and this is a deep cut. Man of La Mancha is about a crazy man. Man of La Mancha is about a crazy man. He's waiting for the Spanish Inquisition. He's going to be on. He's basically on trial. He's crazy, and he tells crazy tales of slaying dragons when the dragon is really a windmill. Crazy guy, and that's how I felt at first. But now, things have changed, and I'll tell you at the end where I feel it's totally different. I feel totally different now about how he's presenting himself. So we'll continue.
What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Ooh.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying one street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Damn, he went out with a knife. That's what the. Oh. Okay, first of all, real quick. Oh my God. Tell Jenny and Screech EP out now. Okay, so he's just telling me about this. Okay, let's have a discussion real quick. Hey, before we move on to number 3, I told you I thought it was Man of La Mancha at first kind of style. Again, Man of La Mancha, the style is the guy's in prison and he's the narrator telling you tales of what is going on. But that's not what he's doing. He's more like a bard, which is even more stripped down and more old school than Man of La Mancha. Where it's just one guy with a guitar. It's not a guitar. It's something that they called it back in the day. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember. And he's singing songy, telling tales of the story, which may have been like the Iliad and the Odyssey, how they passed it down through the centuries. I don't know. Go Google it up. But anyway, that's what that is. So he's like a bard, but here's the funny thing. He's like an interactive bard. A bard is the narrator, right? So the narrator does not intertwine with the people. I mean, with the people in the story. He's just on the outside. He's the audience, almost an omnipotent entity in the story. I say that to say DC has a character, and I can't remember. DC Comics has a character, and he's actually the writer. He's the writer, and I'll put it up here. He's the writer of the comic, and what he does is he puts himself into the comic as well. So he interacts with the comic. He's the most powerful because he's literally a real person who writes in the comics, in the stories, and then puts himself in the stories to manipulate the stories. And I thought that, especially like right in the middle, but then I thought that especially when he shot the camera. And I'm like, okay, well, he's not really our main character. He's more of an outside entity talking. And so that's absolutely brilliant. We're going to move on to number 3. And the thing is, I said it's like, I compared it to like Romeo and Juliet in the first reaction, right? And it's Shakespearean so far. In the sense that, damn it, people keep dying. Hello, Hamlet. That's 2 down. Nobody to go. I don't even know where we're going in this third story. Ren, Violet's Tale. This is the 3rd chapter, book, volume, however you want to put it, in this Ren odyssey that we have going on. So the question that I do have for Violet's song would be, where do we go? Because our 2 main characters that we're introduced to are gone, and so it's very difficult to swoop in with another character and have a story that's connected with the 2 other characters. So that's actually, this one's the one that I'm the most excited for, because I don't know how he's going to piece this 3rd story together to intertwine with the other 2 stories. I also thank you guys for telling me how to watch the sequence to watch this. Boom.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep. She's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's Tale.
Ooh, yeah.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick.
Can I say something real quick? That little box, that's his mark. They left his mark there. So when you're walking somewhere, you know where to stop, where the camera is. So they just put a mark there. They just marked him and left the mark. You're not supposed to see the mark, but they just left it there. Okay, I like that.
Prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was the wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie, but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I wanna do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence.
Silence.
Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
Dead?
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side.
Oh, I think I know.
A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
That's fucking crazy. I only caught it at the very end. I started thinking about it because I was like, all right, where's it? Where I said in the beginning, where's this gonna go? How does this connect? And it only connected at near the end where he was saying, well, where they said she was pregnant, and I was like, pregnant. And then, of course, after they said twins, immediately, okay, there it is. But the pregnancy is what caught my attention. It was like, oh, that's how it is. It's a flashback. It's a prequel. That's the prequel. Ugh, that's nuts. That's one of the best 3 songs. I mean, it's one song. I don't know even where to go or even what else to say. I kind of said what I needed to say throughout the entire experience. But if this is the third, this is the individual one, let me just sum it up for you. Damn. Damn. That was crazy. I see that 100%. Not that story, but somebody tell me whether or not this dude's got a Netflix. He's a hell of a writer. And like I said, throughout the experience, I feel like he took parts from different experiences through literature. I saw Shakespeare, I saw various different other elements and placed them in to modern times and gave us a story. And I would love to know how he came up with this story. Was it just an epiphany when it was? I don't know. It's just fantastic, and I don't know what else to say. Damn it! Thank you for joining us on our trip to 100,000 followers.
Violet was a silent girl, and Violet, she fell fast. See, Steve